Sarvesh, Abhinandan, Ankit and Pratyush. Okay. So let me introduce all the four stars to you first. So first is standing here is Pratyush. He got recommended from 5AFSB on 12th January. 5AFSB is in Guwahati and also cleared his CPSS. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Then next is Ankit. Ankit also cleared for 5AFSB on 5 January and he's also Air Force candidate. CPSS हो गया? Okay, ground duty is fine. Then we have Abhinandan. Here's Abhinandan and he cleared on 12th January from 5AFSB Guwahati. And then we have Sarvesh. Sarvesh cleared his SSB on 9 January from 21 SSB Bhopal. So all four of them are Sainik School Gopalganj. In fact, there were two more. Total cleared 6, and 4 of them have come today to visit Emma's batch 63 and 62. 62 पे कौन आया था? Yeah, Abhinandan was 62 and 3 of them in 63 batch. So firstly, we are so happy that they are cleared, that we've already celebrated their success. But today, see the passion and love for the institution. They have come in the scorching heat of 45 degrees in Delhi. They have come all the way and with tons of sweets for all of you, and to discuss with us what was their way of preparation, so that each one of us can pick up some point from the thread and prepare ourselves well. So firstly, I will ask them to speak for 3 to 4 minutes each, describe their journey and describe their preparation. See, all of students who move into Sainik School have always this josh in them to serve in the armed forces, whether it is Air Force, Navy or Army, right? But everybody doesn't clear because Army requires certain kind of special traits. So Sainik School students are doing well in any field they go, but the ones who are coming into the armed forces, getting selected, certainly do very well once they are in. So I also expect one day to see them as GOCs or even higher than that, right? 15 to 20 to 25 years from now. Because all ex-NDAs, they are doing well in the services. Because NDA is one of the finest institution in the country as far as military training is concerned, where Army, Navy, Air Force, all three services train together. So let's go and listen to each one experience, maybe a little different from other, right? So let's start from Pratyush.
Thank you, sir. Good morning, everyone. So, I would suggest you that...
You can use Hindi, English, mix, etc.
No, sir. I'm fine. I would suggest you that whomsoever feels that they are not performing well, please don't be demotivated, okay? Because I was also not performing well here, neither in MS nor in my Sainik School. But I kept practicing, okay? And 3 to 4 days prior to my SSB, I felt confident that, yeah, I can do it. And at last, I did. In my SSB 2, starting my starting 4 days were average. I performed not much better. But 5th day, that was my best day. And on that day, I was having my command task, individual obstacle, and final group task. And at that time, my GTO was impressed with me, and I think that made my selection. Okay, that made my recommendation. So don't lose your hope till the last moment. You have chance for the last second even till the 5th day. So give your best. And if you think that certain things hadn't been gone well, so don't be demotivated. Okay, you have chances in future also. And if you are not able to qualify this time, so improve, do practice, and perform better in the next attempt, in further attempts. So please keep it up. Thank you.
So now we go to Abhinandan. What has been your experience? What tips would you like to tell?
So,
NDA boys, girls here. How many NDAs? PS NDA.
Okay, so good morning, everyone. So I will start with first the my first day at MS. That was the most challenging one. The first day at MS and the MS journey back there at our PGs. That was the most challenging one for all of us as we came in a group. But slowly and gradually we kept on completing our homeworks because that was the most difficult task. So concentrated some 3 to 4 hours. Then the homework was complete. Then we used to go some outwhere for moving. I'll start with journey at SSB. Pratyush was with me on that day. Together along with one more friend, we were screened in. So after screening, I analyzed was that my group discussion and my narration of the story was best. After my narration, although I started at the second, sir has always said that come first earlier in the group discussion. I was the second speaker in the group discussion, and later on, after because my narration was completely different from all of my group mates. My other school friends were in different group. So after my narration, when the discussion, when all this was over, they came for this group leader. So everyone selected me as the group leader who want to conclude the story. So I concluded the story. Psych was all good. Almost all the trainings that we had here in MS that all helped us, especially in psychology test. Starting with the GTOs, my lecturate and my GD topic were the one which I practiced here at first day. My lecturate topic was China Pakistan Economic Corridor, and the same topic was here in MS when I came for the first lecturate. In the GD, the topic was same. Means the hints were the same. How do you believe that India can become a superpower? And the first point was research and development. Second leading was agriculture and industrial relations, something like that. Here also I picked up the point R&D, and there also I picked up the point R&D. And I started that group discussion. I started that group discussion with facts and data, because that what I was collected. I was just mentioning the amount of GDPs which India invests and other countries invest in research and development and how they are different. So sir always used to tell us that use facts and data more and more. So I started with that only in the group discussion, and everybody was stopped. They were all seeing me, okay, from where he has gathered this facts and data. So 3 to 4 times, 5 times spoke in that group discussion. Talking about my group task on outdoor tasks, first PGT I was the last one because they were not giving me that chances to come ahead. So I was just constantly I was giving my own ideas. Okay, from that, do like that, do like that. In the second level, they were stuck at a place because everybody was a bit healthy, what we say in India. So they were not able to hold the load, as well as they have to walk on a small bully. So they thought that I am from the Sainikan, so I can hold the load, along with I can cross the obstacle. So in the second stage, they gave me that chance, and from the third PGT and fourth PGT, I was leading them, and finally we concluded the fourth PGT. In the half group task, my half group task didn't go well because every idea was given and only one idea was left. So GTOs had told me, Abhinandan, chest number 6, you gave me some ideas, and I was completely stuck. So I was just seeing the structure and I couldn't say anything. Then sir helped me, okay, do Abhinandan like that, and then chest number 6 with chest number, and then that one final idea sir told us all about that. So my half group task didn't go well, but in the command task I was the last one to complete, second last to complete my command task, and I got somewhat different. Two big planks of I think 12 feet or 12 meter, and the load was as same as of my height. And the commander specially told me that the load must be taken care by the commander itself. So I was walking on one plank. That plank was held by two of my helpers with just their feet, because there was no any other idea which can be over there. So they were just holding the plank with their feet, and I crossed over that with that drum on my head. I just crossed. Everything was over. Then sir said that, okay, commander, let's make the game more interesting. Suppose you don't have your two planks. What I did, I completed that distance with two planks. But sir said that, okay, just make the game more interesting. Suppose you don't have the other plank. What will you do? I was completely stuck. He saw that. Then he said that, okay, do like that. Then he gave us some hint. Then again, he went for asking the length of rope. The commander, tell me what can be the length of the rope. So I measured the length with my height of rope, and then I checked it with the plank also. And I said just in rough about 20 to 25 meters. He said, Okay, then at last my command task was it was just a small story.
How was your interview?
My interview, the average timing of their interviews everywhere, sir, was 45 minutes, 50 minutes. But some of my friends, school friend, and I, my interview was of 75 to 80 minutes. Later on fifth day, after our recommendation, we came to know that sir was also from Sainik School. Sainik School Lucknow. So he was bit more interested in the stories of the schools and campus in absence of teacher. So that's why it stays long. What helped me in my interview was I was having two mock interviews here, and my first mock interview was too good. So I thought that okay, nothing is left. When I went for second interview, I thought that I know nothing. Every dark areas were grilled up. So I was not having. Sir said that.
First mock must have been the demo interview.
Yes, sir.
The demo interview is.
So the military knowledge, sir gave us several points. You have to work upon this, work upon this. So I took all the knowledge about Air Force, and that has helped me there because several questions were asked, and especially about news. Sir, the IO sir kept on asking next, next, next. And in the meantime, started. I remembered 18 to 20 news earlier, so I started speaking one to one, one to one, one to one. Then he kept on picked up some of the news, and then he started asking, okay, in detail, go through that. Some of were like this upgradation of Sukhoi fighter jets. That was it was that time. So he was more interested in those defense news, and it went for 70 to 80 minutes my interview. For my conference, I was waiting outside the hall for at least 1 minute. Then I went inside. Sir, everyone said that okay, what you loved there? I said, sir, I played table tennis. That was the best part. They said why? I said, sir, because it was the first time. They said, okay, Abhinandan, thank you, we can go now. So I went up and I went ahead of the conference room. That was my small story.
Thank you so much. That was very interesting. So let's go to Sarvesh now.
Good morning, everyone. For my SSB experience, I would like to start from the first day, that the screening. First of all, that is OIR. We all think that it is a simple reasoning test, and it is indeed simple, but the time is actually time management. You have very less time, and you have to tackle a lot many questions. So you need to keep on practicing the same questions, and here, like, you are introduced to various types of questions. So you have to know that which types of questions are actually there. Means it is not just a simple reasoning. There are different types of questions which actually come. Like you are narrated here, you are told here that these are the types of questions which you should practice with given time, because time is the main thing. Then the next thing was the PPDT. So the picture was of about a cafe and meeting. So I wrote the story on it. Then when the GD started, then within the first 10 seconds of the GD, the assessor intervened and said that it is too much of fish market, and he was dividing our group into two subgroups. So in my subgroup, 2 or 3 people have decided upon the same theme, like business and something, and the others were trying to manipulate the theme. Agreed, some of us have already agreed on that theme, so I decided that that is the final theme, and they will trying to manipulate the theme. So some was telling that no, it should be something like data analyst or something. So I just added at that point, okay, let the theme be same, and our hero, the protagonist, should take help from his friend, who is indeed a data analyst, and help in the improvement of the business. So this was the way. Then to about the narration part in the PPT, the narration part was my narration was very crisp and clear. Means it was a short, and I didn't lag at any place. Now the second day of SSB, I had my interview, and everyone's interview in my batch was about 40 to 45 minutes, and my interview was only 20 to 25 minutes. And talking about that, here also at Amas, my interview didn't went any well. So I developed a kind of fear about interview. And after coming out of my interview in SSB, I thought that I am no longer. Then nothing would happen. So from SSB, I contacted MP Singh sir. He told me that no problem. There are times when people who have given short interview also are also recommended. So I got some motivation to.
You called up on the 4th day?
Yes, I called you on the 4th day. So I got some motivation that yes, something had happened, and I went with a positive mood towards my conference, because the next 2 days of GTO I was fully demotivated that nothing is going to happen. That was the fact, and that was the reason. Means sir here keeps us telling that remember those golden rules and all the rules of GTO. I thought that yes, these are simple rules. It are already in the back of my mind. I don't need them revising. Means I have remembered them, but I don't need to revise those rules out there. So on my first day of GTO, means I knew that yeah, idea was there, but the ideas, it took time for me to analyze that what kind of idea can be implemented that way. So my PGT and first day of GTO didn't went that well. So for the second day, I at the night I practiced. I took my notes out and remembered and revised all the golden Amas rules and all the rules. And the next day, in my when it was my command task, I first gave the first solution. Then the GTO sir gave me a circumstance. Suppose this thing is blue, and I just instantly I said, "Sir, we will keep the plank at this point and tie the rope there." He asked me, "From where you have to coaching?" I replied, "Sir, Amas." Then he asked me for which time. So I told sir November. It was January in my SSB. So I told sir in November I have to coaching. Then whole command task he was giving me situations, other situations. He was taking me over to that point. Okay, suppose this is blue. Suppose this is red. Again, he was telling who will bring the load. Suppose this thing is broken and something. And from that, he was giving me situations. And just at that time, I was giving him solutions. But it was very instant. And he was okay. Well done. Now you can go. So I think the command task was my best thing. And if it was best, the reason was I revised those rules. Means revising and remembering those rules are very necessary. You may think that those rules are simple. That yeah, everyone knows that you have to keep the tank, you have to find the fulcrum and everything. But you should keep that in the front of your mind, because that should strike that immediately. It should not take too much of time. That is the thing. So now, my conference was very short, about 30 to 40 seconds only, and it was all the questions which we are told here at Amas. Here at Amas, you told how was the stay and rate yourself in the 3 techniques. I told that best was GTO, then the interview, and then psych. Then he asked that why psych was the best. I told sir I didn't write too much SRTs. Yes, sir, too much SRT. So the answer was also given me here, and that I spoken that only. Okay, told well done. Thank you. You may go.
Okay. What was your experience? You are also at Guwahati.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Good morning, everybody. First of all, as my friends have already told about their SSB experience, and sir also knows way better than all of us. But first of all, you all need to understand that you are getting SSB coaching from one of the best institutions. In my starting during initial time, I just thought that SSB is all about luck factor. But when I came here, my whole perception changed. The way sir make us understand about the marking schemes of SSB, I realized that at every point they are just assessing our each and every action, and they are just marking us. So I realized that if I behave well, if I do well, then I am bound to get selected. Means it was as simple as like that. And during initial times, Imas also used to give us a lot of homeworks. But during initial time, I didn't realize its importance. But when I went to SSB, I realized that my writing speed was way ahead than rest of the candidates. I did all the 60 watts and I did 50 plus SRTs, and that really helped me very much. And one of the interesting thing about SSB was that my lecture topic was like Lakshadweep, and my SSB was yes sir, and that was going that time that Modi ji was visiting Lakshadweep, and I was in SSB center. I had no access to internet. I was not knowing that what is happening outside, and went there and I spoke about Lakshadweep, and I emphasized that tourism should be promoted. Then GTO was looking at me. When I came outside, I saw that this whole Modi and Lakshadweep thing is going on. Then I realized that that was one of the most interesting thing that happened with me. So conference was very short, 1 minute. He just asked me, okay, Ankit, how will you go to your home? My command task was also very good. My interview was very best, think that. But he was very impressed. He was laughing that Ankit, I will see you in a miss. He had given me some hint. It's like he was asking me about that. What are induction of girls in Sainik school? He was asking me that in your class there are girls or not. Then I told him that no sir, it has started recently. Then he told me okay, in NDA you will get chance. So I was getting that idea that he was giving me some hint that my interview is going very well.
So that was experience of each one. You want to add something? Yes. Yeah.
What I thought very important point I would like to add for all the Air Force candidates, because what I analyzed from my friends and my seniors and juniors, that they specially ask about the journey till the center. They started asking me about which train, what were the stations, do you cross Jharkhand also, Brahmaputra river or not, where was that crossover from the Brahmaputra river, what you were doing in the train, how was your train journey, everything about your journey from your home to the selection center. And second thing, in the group after screening, when the groups are separated and we went to the dorms in the night, there are some rare candidates who used to behave as if they will come out emerge as a leader. They will say that okay, we'll tomorrow we have our GTO, so we'll do thing, we will do, everyone should listen to everyone, and they are the only one who actually didn't listen on the GTO's days. And they all used to behave in the dorms that yes, they are going to help very much, but actually on the GTO day when the task is going on, they are the one who didn't help, who actually didn't listen, and they used to keep their telling their own ideas, forcing their own ideas. So be yes, be careful about those candidates, because there were many in my group and in others group too.
Right.
So I was the same point as service.
See the point which I am giving you, you can note it somewhere. It will be useful. आप भूल जाओगे जब जाओगे एसएसबी का, तो ये चीजें याद रखना जो बता रहे हैं. छोटी छोटी चीजें हैं, but they will help you.
Okay, the thing I would like to add that personally I was never into general knowledge and things. So here at MAS we were taught to how to maintain the data diary. It has many columns, like quotes about your district. So the quotes part that helped me a lot. In both the GDs that helped in the GTO day, on the GTO day, I started with my GD with 2 quotes in both the GD, and everyone was silent. They were listening that no one has thought that GD could be started with quotes. Some were starting with examples or data. I started, my first speech was, this is a quote, so in my opinion, I would like to start like this. Then after that, I gave on data and rest things. So the quotes was very important. It brought the attention of the whole group towards the side. That is, you should write the few good quotes that can suit various topics for the GDs in your data diary. Thank you.
So actually, okay. Actually, I'll go to yet to start the data diary maybe today or tomorrow. They are talking of data diary which you have to yet to make. Okay. Yeah, you also want to add something?
I want to say that whatsoever is being taught here in MAS, have blind faith in that. Okay, means you are here in one of the best SSB coaching institution. Okay, so whatsoever they are telling us, especially MPS sir, so please follow it. It will help you everywhere in all the SSB, AFSB or NSB or SSB centers. Okay, so sometimes you think that the rules, the idea which are taught here, it's not directly applicable. Especially in Guwahati, that there is a rule that here it will be taught that you have a plank or balli, and you can bridge across, you can jump across a distance less than 4 feet. But there in Guwahati, the rule is modified, and you have you can't jump across a distance that is less than 4 feet. You have to use 2 planks or ballis, and then you have to simply walk through it. Okay, so basics are the same, but if they are modifying some rules, especially in command task, so you have to also think out of the box, but basics are the same. Okay, so you have to also modify the rules also, and the ideas that are being taught here. Okay,
Listen to the rules and what changes are taking place. Keep in mind. Good.
So have blind faith in MAS for everything. Okay, whatever they are saying, please follow it, and please do it sincerely, honestly too. Thank you.
So thank you all 4 of you. Now let's do the ceremony of presenting you the MAS tie and the cup. You know, these Gopalganj students are so nice that on the final day when the course was finishing, they surprised me. I don't know how did they manage a school tie. I'm not a Sari school product, but I got a Sari school tie, courtesy these boys, and they also went out and they got a cup with a photograph of the principal and mine on the Sari school Gopalganj cup. I think drink tea in that cup. It must be there or somewhere. If you see, I'll show you that cup. That's the love and affection these children have. I have no doubt in their mind. They come all the way in this heat, yeah, to meet us and give sweets. ये जितना ये खा रहे हो ना 5 किलो मिठाई, ये सारा कर्जा उतार के जाना है आपने. अकेडमी जाने से पहले जो नहीं कर्जा उतार के जाएगा, उसका पेट में दर्द होगा. है ना? ठीक है ना? तो इन्होंने कर्जा उतार दिया, इन्होंने भी खाई होगी मिठाई. जब थे खाई थी कोई 2-4 आए होंगे कैंडिडेट्स 3 times, yeah. So इनका ऑलरेडी सेकंड टाइम हो गया है. Okay, so they have also had lot of mithai. So before we eat the mithai, let's present them the tie and the cup. On behalf of the complete faculty of AMAS, I'll do that honors. Now, monitors, please take the